And we are live. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going live today because I really want to talk to you guys about North Shore and the previous video I dropped. In the previous video I dropped, I explained or showed you guys every surf spot really there is on North Shore, but North Shore is much bigger than that, what I did show you. I only showed you guys about 3 miles of North Shore, but it goes much further. But the surf spots we have are in that little range right there. So I'm here to answer your guys' questions, and I hope you guys like these live videos because I've been doing it, I think, every Friday now for over a month. So I feel like this is a good way to interact with you guys and answer your questions you guys have about my life, my previous videos and whatnot. There is this little thing right by the chat called Super Chat. If you guys want to ask a question and make sure it doesn't get lost in the chat feed, you guys can use that. It makes it pop up bright and bold and stay at the top so I can read the question or anything you want to say. It's called Super Chat. So go ahead and use it if you want. And I'm going to roll into some questions here. I'm trying to look for questions about North Shore because I want to base this video around that, but any question is fine, realistically. So here we go. Oh wait, before I get to a question, I have this brand new Pizel behind me that I just got. I put it there for a little aesthetic appearance, but this is, which will hopefully soon be the breadstick. We just gotta get them to make it. So if you guys could help me out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Just write them on Instagram, his YouTube, whatever. We need the breadstick. And I actually just weighed this board and it's 4.5 pounds. That is the lightest surfboard I may have ever had. Okay, let's get into questions. I have the computer right here, that's why I'm looking over here. What is the best North Shore surf spots for intermediate surfers? Basically, any wave that is mainly on sand, I would say would be the best surf spots here for you, or inside breaks that are a little closer to the shoreline, because you don't want to paddle out to a surf break like, say, let's say Rocky Point, the super rocky area that you could really get hurt on. So I'd say you could go to like Pupukea or Freddy Land, these other spots that are good for it. We have a lot. It's kind of hard to say which ones because it always depends on the size of the waves. But yeah. Oh, we got a super chat from Joey Saucedo. I'm sure I said that wrong, and I'm really sorry, but there wasn't a question with it, so I appreciate the support. It helps a lot. And I'm going to get into another question. Oh, there's some funny questions here. Hello from Paris. Hello from Hawaii. Here, let me get one. It's moving quick. How shallow is Pipeline? So, Pipeline, for those of you who don't know, is one of the most dangerous waves on the planet. I would say the most dangerous wave on North Shore. And at times, Pipeline on certain waves can be about this shallow. That depends on the wave. If it's sucking up super hard and like trying to kill you, it can be like really shallow, or it can be kind of deep, just depending on the wave. So I'd say the deepest it gets is about 10 feet, and the shallowest it gets is pretty much dry reef. So I hope that answers your question. Let's get into another one. Have I surfed Kaisers? Yes, I have, in town. Believe it or not, I feel like the town side of the island can be much more crowded than this side of the island, which is the North Shore, which is hard to believe, but it's actually not that hard to believe once you get out there and you see the crowd. But there we go. Have I surfed in New Zealand? Yes. Actually, one of my favorite surf trips ever was in New Zealand. We went to like, I want to say the far east coast for like the strange hurricane swell, and it was definitely up there with one of the funnest waves I've ever surfed in my entire life. Insane wave. Oh, we have a super chat from Ronald McMaster. Thank you. Question pops up perfectly. I can read it. It's not lost in this chat feed. Love your channel. How do you spot and pick good waves on the horizon? So I think the way you spot waves when you're in the lineup is you can kind of see them coming from further out. You're like, oh, that looks like a set's coming. And you don't really know what the wave's gonna do until it gets like really close to you. So you just see it pop up and you're like, okay, there is waves coming, so this lull is gonna stop. And you're hopefully gonna pick the best one. And that all depends on the surf spot you're at. Like lots of waves look different. Actually, every wave looks different everywhere you surf. So it's all about wave knowledge and putting your time in at a spot, being able to know which waves are good so that you go on the good waves and not the bad waves. But thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. We have another question and super chat from Joey Soedo. Why is Nate such a kook? I don't know. He's just a kooky kind of guy. No, Nate's one of my best friends. He's not really a kook. He surfs better than most people on the planet, but he can just be dorky at times, but that's just how he is. Okay, we have another super chat from William Laws. Did I say that right? Maybe. How do I drink my coffee? I drink my coffee. So I'm just gonna tell you my coffee routine. In the morning, I have this espresso machine, Breville, and what I do is I make 4 shots of espresso and just add hot water to it. Or if I'm having an iced coffee, I make the 4 shots, add ice, and then normal water to it. And that's kind of all I do. That's it. Just black coffee. Sometimes I'll spice it up a little bit with some almond milk, maybe honey, but I usually just stick to black coffee. Sometimes I'll do fasting as well, and that's like a really good thing for me to do, fasting, because all I can have is coffee. So, yep, that's how I have my coffees. Or I'll go to the Sunrise Shack occasionally to get a bullet coffee when I'm really feeling like I need a lot of energy or if the waves are going to be super, super good. But thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. Got your question. And let's move on to another one. David M. Super chat, no question. Legend, thank you for the support. Anonymous super chat. Okay. I'm getting to these questions. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Nate Barker, super chat. How's the swell coming in tomorrow? So tomorrow's swell is going to be sick, and honestly, it really could be the last swell of the year. It looks like we're probably going to be surfing very backwashy pipeline. Could be maxing pipeline, but we're just gonna have to wake up and see what it does in the morning. I think if it is big enough, it could move a bunch of sand, but the only thing is that the swell is so north that it might not move any sand and just be straight backwashy, washing through. Or I don't know. We just gotta wake up and see, we're super fortunate right now to be able to have waves on Oahu, especially during this quarantine, because if it was dead flat like it usually is during this time of year, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be doing a lot of diving, fishing, and that's it. We have another super chat from Joshua Blum. Could I work in the Sunrise Shack when I apply? I mean, we are going through a little bit of a rough patch right now at the Sunrise Shack, like everyone is in the world. So our business is hurting a little bit, and we are not hiring people at the moment. But once it opens up, and if you're on Hawaii, of course, come by, bring your application, and you'll probably be hired. So, yeah, come by. Also, if you guys do want to support the Sunrise Shack, head to sunriseshack.com. We have a bunch of merch, coffee, superfood creamers, whatever you want. Check it out. Really cool stuff. Thank you for the super chat. We have another chat from S. Suzuki. No question, but thank you for the support. Tyler Beach, super chat. You ever surf sandies? I used to surf sandies a lot during the summertime when I was a kid. What is that inside wave called? Was it Half Point? Yeah, I used to surf there all the time. I would probably go there more if I didn't leave North Shore. Thank you for the super chat. I love Sandy Beach. Another one from Marcos Medeiros. Can you say happy graduation to Harry? He's a big fan. Yeah, happy graduation, Harry. It's a bummer you guys can't have your real graduation, but I'm sure you guys will find out something fun to do. We have another super chat from Sir G. Culp. How do you navigate a new surf spot if you don't know where to paddle out? Also, do you ever paddle out alone in the early mornings? So I think the best way to navigate a new surf spot is either ask people or friends where to paddle out and come in, because if it is a difficult place to paddle out, you're gonna want to know where to come in. Oh wait. Do I ever paddle out alone in the early morning? Not really. I usually go surfing with friends, especially if it's early. We're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna dawn patrol. We're gonna get out there and like make a full day of it. You know, we go out, we get the filmers ready, everything ready, and then we just go surf. Thank you for your super chat. Make sure you know your lineup and surf spots. Don't just book it out there. Another one, any stories about being snaked? I get snaked every session. I was getting snaked by Groms the other day out at Rocky Point. Like, young children were just completely snaking me on every wave. And it was about this big, like 3-4 feet. But whatever, I mean, they're up and coming, amped to get waves, and yeah. Thank you for your super chat, Bailey Peters. And we have another one from Sam K. $9. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. What is your worst wipeout? So I've had a lot of really, really bad wipeouts. I would say my worst one, my most recent worst one would have been that last pipe wave that you guys probably seen if you watch my YouTube channel. It was a video based around that. I had dropped in to this wave, like, or not dropped in, I actually like belly boarded for a second and had this really violent takeoff, and as soon as I got to my feet, I was like a little late to see the lip coming, and right when I looked up to see where the lip was, I realized I wasn't gonna make it into the barrel. I was a little too late, and I had tried to jump just barely out of the way, and the lip landed basically, luckily I got just out of the way, but it landed like right next to me. And the force of that is what tweaked my neck. I still have a tweaked neck from it. And that was probably my worst wipeout. So that wasn't the end of it. I got that wave on the head that I fell on. And then all of a sudden, usually when you fall, you get pushed in, but that wave didn't push me in. And it just kept me in the impact zone. And I got like 4 more waves on the head after that. So it was exciting, to say the least. Okay, we got another super chat from David M. Who named the North Shore surf spots? Are there any left you could name after yourself? I think it's very unclear who named the surf spots. And how they got their names is a big question as well, because I don't really know who named them. And there's definitely none left that we could name, because North Shore is about this big, and you can surf every spot down the beach and you can see everywhere. There's no hidden spots or anything, so every spot is named. If you like to see the names of those, you can check out my last video and check out the names of every surf spot on North Shore. But thank you, David, for the super chat. You're a legend. We have another one from Porto Sandino Surf Resort. Let me buy your old boards when you get new ones. Can you send them down to Kiki or Brandon? Oh, yeah, I mean, actually, Paizel just came by my house the other day, or no, this morning, and he's like, we got to get your old boards out of your house so I can sell them. So he will have them very soon, and yeah, you're welcome to get them from Paizel. I don't know, I can't, he gives me my surfboard, so I have to give them back. So he's in control of all of that. But they will be at his surf shop in the next couple days. I'll post something on Instagram so you guys know. You guys can head down to Paizel's Surf Supply and go pick one up. Or order it online and he'll ship it to you. I think right now he's shipping for free. But I would recommend you guys order a breadstick. Just throw that out there. Anywhere you can comment on any of his stuff. Or call his shop even. Call him and tell him you want a breadstick. Until he really just gets over me and drops me as a team rider. Alright, we have another super chat from Ernie Garcia. Is Eli single? Yeah, Eli is single, so you might want to hit him up, hit his DM. I'm sure he'll be excited. So tell him what's up. We have another super chat from Weaving Dylan. Ingredients and recipe of the bullet coffee. So, if you guys can't come to the Sunrise Shack on North Shore or in Waikiki, I'm going to explain what's in a bullet coffee right now. So what is in a bullet coffee is, first of all, coffee. You're going to have grass-fed butter, MCT oil, which is a super, super refined coconut oil, and you're going to have a little bit of coconut oil for flavor. And what we do at the Shack is we put a little bit of vanilla. It's really nice. But you basically put that all in a blender and blend it together. Make sure the coffee's hot, because if you use cold coffee, the oils won't mix well. So that's what's in a bullet coffee. If you can't come to the Shack, make one at home. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we have another super chat from Nick Tech. Can you read my first super chat? What was it, Nick Tech? I am looking for it now. I don't see one. If you want to write one, again, I will try to get back to it because it's gone. I'm gonna get to another question here, and we have another super chat from Combo Swell. Yo, big fan, always have wanted to surf with you. Do you have any tips for surfing the North Shore? Thanks, Adam. Any tips for surfing the North Shore? I would say look for the least crowded spot and paddle out there, because the biggest problem on North Shore is surfing with all the crowds. And nowadays the Groms are so gnarly and surf so good that they're going to be taking all the waves. They have so much energy, they're just going back and forth, back and forth. So I think the best advice I could give you if you're on North Shore and want to surf is check every spot and look for the least crowded spot and go out there, because you'll have the most fun, rather than going out to, say, Rocky Point or Pipeline with everyone out there. Go find a little maybe hideaway spot, try to surf there, a little sandbar by yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay, we have another question. I'm gonna get into another question. Pipe 10 foot or Chopo 12 foot? I'm gonna go ahead and say Pipeline, because I love Pipeline more than anywhere on the planet, basically. But I'm not hating on Chopo either, because that is definitely my second favorite wave on the planet, and I would be happy with either of those anytime in my life. So yeah, I like both. I'd say Chopo can be a bit more scary, but Pipeline can be scary as well. They're both like equal in every way, kinda. Pipe's more difficult to surf, that's for sure, because the lineup is so crazy. But I'm getting another question here from Anonymous Super Chat. What should I know transitioning from a soft top to a hard surfboard? I think you should know that the hard surfboard can hit you and hurt you more than the soft top. So be careful with that. I think that's going to be the biggest thing you should worry about, is being hit by your surfboard, because if you're used to surfing already, you know what the reef's capable of, the waves you're capable of, and I think once you make that switch, your board becomes a little bit more dangerous. So I'd say look out for that. We have another super chat from Sam Burbean. Burbew. I definitely said that wrong, and I'm sorry. You ever surf Steamer Lane? I have not surfed Steamer Lane, but I would love to. When we can all travel and this whole thing's over. I've been to Mavericks. I'm pretty sure Steamer Lane is in Northern California, right? I would love to go there, but I have not surfed it. Thank you for your donation and chat. Sorry guys, that was the recycle people. We have another super chat from Annie Bumer. I probably said that wrong, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to. What do you think of not locals surfing, not locals at Pipe? Rules there? I'd say there's pretty much the whole lineup usually isn't locals at Pipe. We have a pretty small group of locals, and it does get frustrating when those people do come here and try to take waves that we think should be ours because we've spent the most time here, we've waited for the waves, and that's just kind of how it should work all around the world. The locals get first dibs on the waves, which makes sense. And yeah, people come out, try to take a bunch of waves, but we usually don't let them. So they can try, but it probably won't work. Okay, we have another super chat from Nick Tech. It's 1 a.m. here. ZA. Is that Africa? Do you recommend me risking my GoPro Hero 7? I've lost one before. I want to change my channel to surf. One of any tips? Also, hope you see it. So I see your chat now. Sorry if I missed it earlier, but I'd say if you take your camera in the water, you run a huge risk of losing this camera. I've lost many cameras before because I've taken them in the water, and it's not easy to keep a hold of them. I never use a leash or anything, so I say if you're trying to make your channel a surf channel, you want to take your GoPro out, and you're worried about losing it, and you're not worried about it hitting you while you're underwater when you fall, I'd say get a leash. They make little leashes for GoPros, and they don't hit you. I mean, they do hit you, but you won't lose your GoPro. So I'd say get a leash, don't worry about it, and hopefully you don't break it. But don't blame me if you lose or break it, okay? I would get another super chat from Santiago Teles. Probably said that wrong, and I'm sorry. Difference between Pipeline and Zicatela Mexico. I could literally use this entire live stream to tell you the difference between Pipeline and the Mexican pipeline, or Pardo Escondido, Zicatela. But the biggest difference is that Porto is sand bottom, Pipeline is reef. Porto, you have like the biggest playing field you could ever imagine, and waves break everywhere. It's more of a giant, oversized beach break, whereas Pipeline is your typical reef break, and it breaks on the same reef, and you have a proper lineup. Where Porto, the sand banks can just literally move within 5 minutes. You'll be out there, all of a sudden you're stuck in a rip current, think you're in a good spot, get stuck in another rip current, catch a wave, it's a bad wave, get back out, and then randomly get like the craziest wave ever. So I'd say Porto, it's a bit harder to find the good waves, but it does break up the crowd. So yeah, there's a big difference between those two waves. Another super chat from Muff McBrillo. No question, but thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And we have another one from Tom Fush. Fushist. Hi from Germany. Any surf-related goals currently, and any goals you've set yourself as a child that you consider not to be as relevant anymore? Well, I will start with my childhood goal was always to be, for as long as I can remember, was to be a professional surfer. And I've accomplished that goal, and sometimes I take it for granted, not realizing how good I actually have it and how bad I wanted this from such a young age. So it's nice to reminisce on like my old goals that I have accomplished, but I do have a few goals that I have not yet accomplished. One being I would like to have a super successful YouTube channel, and I would like to own a bunch of successful companies to keep me busy after surfing is over. Sunrise Shack, I would like to see one everywhere in the world, wherever you guys are. I hope you guys like it, and one day we will bring one to you in a town near you. A Sunrise Shack is coming to a town near you. Not sure when, but soon. And yeah, those are kind of just my goals right now. So thank you for the question, super chat. Nice. We have another one from David M. Did you see Kai Lenny's strap surfboard video? Do you think you would use a board of straps to help your air training? I did not see Kai Lenny's new surfboard strap video, but that sounds really fun. There's actually a guy here at Rocky Point. His name's Rush Randall. He's been using straps. I'm assuming he was normal surfing and put his foot in the straps. I'm assuming Kai did that. But there was a guy out here, his name's Rush Randall, and he's been doing it for a long time. I actually should try it. It might help me with my errors. He would stand up, put his foot in his straps, and like he would wiggle them in there, and then all of a sudden he'd pump super hard down the wave and do like a triple backflip and land them sometimes. It looked really fun. But answer to your question, no, I have not seen Kai's video. I will go look it up after this, and maybe I'll put some straps on my surfboards to get me doing better errors. We have another super chat from Muff McBrillo. I'm gonna get your name right eventually. Got any tips for popping up as a goofy footer going backside? I'd say one tip, depending on your skill level, this might help. If you're really not comfortable popping up backside, you can always leave your left hand on your rail, like holding your rail to keep you balanced, and then you can get up. So that's the cool thing about going backside, especially in barreling waves. You really don't even fully get up all the way like you do frontside, because you can get up to your feet, but one of your hands is still on your surfboard, keeping you balanced and in a good position. So if you want to use that, any kind of surfing backside, it's going to help you get better. And then you won't even need to do it if you're having trouble standing up backside. But I don't know your skill level, so I hope that helped. Thank you for the support and the super chat. Let me get to another one. We have a few here. Oh, sorry. I've lost the page. Daniel Lay. I'm not even going to answer your question. I will not answer that, Daniel. But thank you. You probably want me to start a Twitch, huh? You got to come over and help me start my Twitch. Daniel is a good friend of mine. He asked a very strange question that I'm not going to answer. Nick Tech, you love my videos. Thank you. Get to sleep. Have a good night. You're a legend. We have another super chat from David William Hall. You should put a Sunrise Shack next to Frog House at Newport Beach. You know what? I think that would be like the most insane location ever, possibly. I will try one day, yes. I love that little Frog House surf spot. It's like walking back into like what I think the 80s would look like in the surfing world. It's really cool. But yeah, I would love to put one there. Thank you for your super chat and the question. You're a legend. We have another one from Malt. Will I be working on a new signature board with Brad Edinger from RS Surf Co? Well, so I only work with Pizel. He's my surfboard sponsor, so I don't really work with anyone else but John Pizel in creating surfboards or designing them. So I won't be, but oh, you have another question here. Plans to open a Sunrise Shack in HB? Yes, I would like to put a Sunrise Shack everywhere, just to spread this health awareness to people. So yeah, plans for sure. When? I don't know, but hopefully soon. We have another super chat from Sub Antics. Could you do a brief story time on your Chopa bomb back in 2013? How that trip wave came about? Yeah, I can do that right now. You know what's funny? I was thinking about doing a whole video on explaining that day because it's a very long story and an eventful story. First of all, we got to Tahiti, go out surfing that day of the big waves before it picked up a lot. My brother actually hit his face on the reef, so we went into the hospital. This is going to be a brief story. I might do a whole video on this later because I don't have enough time here to give you the entire breakdown. So anyway, my brother gets hurt. We go to the hospital. He has to go into surgery. I'm pretty young. I'm about 18 years old. 17 or 18? I don't know. Anyway, I'm like there, like, oh my God, my brother's going into surgery. This is like super scary. I'm like, I gotta stay with him the whole time. And he tells me before he goes into surgery, he's like, no, go out, catch a wave, for me, I'm like, okay, leave the hospital, hitchhike back to Chopo, hitchhike a ride on a jet ski out with my like little tow board and stuff. Next thing you know, I'm on a boat, waving my hands, just like, someone pick me up, take me, like, tow me into a wave. Next thing you know, Laird pulls up, he's like, get on, Grum. I'm like, okay, yeah, like, sick. First time towing, like, maybe I towed once before that. Tows me into a couple, he's like, okay, go to the boat. I'm like, no, one more. He's like, okay, whips me out, that wave comes through, we cut everybody off, and he just whips me into the craziest wave of my entire life. And the rest is history. I got super pounded and started my surf career, basically. So thank you, Laird. Thank you for the question. And I'm going to get into more questions. I have more detail on that story, which I will put out soon. And yeah. We got another question, super chat from Mackenzie Shed. Do you like surfing anywhere on the East Coast? You know what? I haven't really done much surfing on the East Coast. I've been there for like movie premieres and whatnot, but I can't say I've ever even surfed on the East Coast. But I would love to in the future. I plan on surfing on the East Coast, so maybe I'll see you soon. I don't know. Where do you think the best spot would be for me to go? I was talking to one of my friends. He said North Carolina, New Jersey, Florida. There's a lot of places. Maybe I'll go for a hurricane swell. Anyway, I have not been there yet. I would love to one day. Thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. And we have another super chat from Maddie Matt. How do you body surf Kiki without breaking your neck? That is a great question because people do. And I think growing up here on Hawaii, in Hawaii, on Hawaii, you spend a lot of time in the water from when you're young, so you learn how the ocean and waves kind of work and how to fall or get pounded on a wave. So you kind of know when you jump in the water there, you're like, oh, this wave's gonna throw me this way, so I should go with it this way until I hit the sand, you know? So I don't know. That's kind of a tough question to answer because people do break their necks out there, and it is one of the dangerous waves to body surf on the planet. So I don't recommend you going out there. I don't really want to give you tips on how to body surf Kiki because I don't really want you to, because when it's big, it can be so dangerous and scary, and people can die there. Oh, another super chat from Lewis Dan. Big fan. Who is your inspiration? So I would say my biggest inspiration from when I was a young kid was Kalani Robb. He was my idol when I was a Grom, and I was like, I want to do nothing but surf like Kalani Robb and be Kalani Robb. And then I got older, realized I wanted to be myself, surf like myself, and yeah, he was my biggest inspiration to get me where I am today. So thank you, Kalani. Thank you for your super chat as well. Appreciate it. I have another super chat from Becoming a Pilot 89 Aviation. Why don't you surf on the world tour? Well, first of all, you have to surf this whole other contest leg for a couple years to even qualify for the world tour. But the reason I don't do that is because you have to travel like literally across the world all year to get to waves that sometimes I would say aren't that good, and you can lose first heat after traveling for 3 days to get somewhere, and you make no money, you spend all your money, and it's just kind of time and money wasted if you don't make a heat or you perform bad in that 25 minutes. Like, you basically go all that way for 25 minutes if you lose. You don't make any heats, you don't make money. So you could spend $5,000 to get to Africa, go there, lose first heat, and be like, well, now I gotta fly home, or I gotta wait for my ticket. You gotta either wait for your ticket that you booked to leave later, or you gotta spend more money to change your ticket and go home. But yeah, I think they should make it you qualify your own region. Like, they have Hawaii events, American events, Australian events, Africa, Europe, Australia. You qualify your own region, like the Olympics, and then you go on to the tour. And then you could have a chance here without wasting your time or money. So that's kind of why I don't do it. And if they change it, maybe I'll go for it. Because I do enjoy contests every now and then, except when I lose, which is every time. I'm kidding. Here we go. We have another super chat from Scott Rhodes. When was the last time you washed your truck? I can honestly say the last time I washed my truck was maybe 2 years ago. I don't ever wash that truck because it just never needs to be washed. We rhino lined it, which is like bed liner, truck bed liner, and it doesn't rust anymore. And you don't need to wash it or worry about it getting scratched. So if you guys want to rhino line your truck, I'm their new ambassador. We have another one from Scott Rhodes. How do you select your towing partner? Well, I haven't really had to select a towing partner because we just paddle into waves so much nowadays that you don't really have a towing partner because you're never towing. But like when in Tahiti, I just got lucky with Laird towing me in. So a lot of people, like old school guys, do have their tow-in partners, but nowadays we kind of just have like our safety guys who we put on our jet skis to run safety so we don't get injured or anything like that. But if I had to have a towing partner, it would have to be someone who's goofy foot because we'd have to share a tow board out there, which couldn't be Nathan, Eli, John, or any of those guys. Another super chat from Tyler Beach, Skeleton Bay, question mark? Yeah, I love Skeleton Bay. The best wave, the most fun I've ever had is at Skeleton Bay, which is a wave in Africa in the middle of nowhere that is about 4 miles long, it feels like. The only downfall is after the wave, you have to walk back up to get another wave. But yeah, Skeleton Bay, when it's on, I would say the best wave on the planet, hands down. If it's going, there's no better wave. It's a double up, perfect slab that goes for miles. It literally doesn't get better than that, like in your dreams. Thank you for the super chat, really appreciate it. We have another super chat from East Oahu. Why does the alien creature look so much like Nate? You know what? Because it is Nate as a child. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's this little alien creature going around on Instagram that people keep tagging me and Nathan in. And all it is Nate's baby photo. So that's why it looks like Nate. Answers your question. Thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. And we have another one from Scott Hoke. I know that was wrong. I'm sorry, but is your name just Koa or Keikoa? My name is just Koa. My middle name is James, so it's Koa James Rothman. I actually have a hyphenated last name, my mom's name, which is Gare. So my full name is Koa James Gare Rothman. It's a really long name. And Gare actually means war in French, so kind of crazy. Not sure what Rothman means. Koa means warrior or a type of wood. We have another one from Lewis Dan, big fan. Koa, who was your inspiration growing up? I think I answered this question a little bit earlier. It was Kalani Robb, one of the best surfers ever, and he is a legend. Great human, out in and out of the water. My biggest inspiration. And we have another huge super chat from Omar DeLeon. I know I said that wrong, and I'm really sorry. I'm going to ask your question right now. Do surfers from different Hawaiian islands get along? Meaning local from Maui surfing at the North Shore, do they get the same treatment as foreign from the US? So, yeah, everyone here in Hawaii gets along. Like, Hawaii is one place, essentially, but it's just a bunch of different islands. And we all know each other from the outer islands, so it's just like surfing with your friends anyways, whether that's at Pipeline, Jaws, or somewhere else on any other islands. It's like, you're local if you're from Hawaii, you know? So it's just like surfing with your friends and nothing really changes. And yeah. thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. You're a legend, and we have. I hope I answered your question. So yeah. I am getting to these next chats right now. Mike, Monto, no question, but thank you very much. Opinions on Jaws. Do you feel like surfing Jaws or just for concerns relevant so far? Stressful at pipeline. Jaws, Subantics, thank you for the question. Jaws is just, all I can really say is Jaws is one of the scariest waves on the planet. That's it. Holy shit. Is this a $300 super chat from Max Owen? What the fuck? Yo, Ko, would you ever consider surfing UK spots? There's some Butte big waves, breaks in Ireland, big wave tour perhaps. Holy shit. Thank you for your donation. You're a legend. And yeah, some spots I've had on my radar for a long time. I think where I want to go the most is Ireland. I'm sure if you know of Ireland, you know of Tom Lowe and Fergal and those guys. I've looked up to those guys forever. But anyway, there's some crazy lefts and rights there that I want to go to so bad. And considering the UK, I don't know of any surf spots there, but I know that there are some places there that has a big surf community. So I would love to go there. I'm tripping on the super chat. You're a legend. Big wave tour perhaps. Anyway, I gotta gather my marbles. I didn't even know you could donate this much money. Anyway, the answer to your question is yes. I would love to go surf Ireland, and hopefully they could bring a big wave tour event there for sure. And thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. You're a legend, dude. Wow. Incredible. You're the man. Max Owen, legend. All right, I'm going to get off here pretty soon, but I'm going to answer these next questions. Max, dude, I'm tripping. We have another question from Jufro. I'm a Jew. Hey, Koa, any tips on sick roundhouse cutbacks and releasing your fins at the top? I would say biggest tip, your backhand, throw it out. Like bring your backhand around like you're turning your whole body up into the lip, and when you get back to the wave, you whip it back like you're doing just a backside turn. It all depends on the section if you're going to blow your tail. But so you want to bring your backhand way around up so you're square to the wave, and then hit it again like a backhand turn, and then you probably will blow the tail. So yeah, thank you for your question. And we have a couple more questions here I'm going to answer, and then I'm going to get off. Becoming a pilot, 89 Aviation, do people steal surfboards in Hawaii? Yes, I've actually had my surfboard stolen, to be honest. So it's a big thing here. People love doing it. Yep. And we have another super chat from Scott Rhodes. What's your favorite pigeon saying? I'd say my favorite pigeon saying is, "Hora, well, let's go grind," which means let's go get food. Yeah. I'm tripping on Max Owen, dude. You're a legend. Thank you so much for that super chat. I can't even answer questions right now. I'm all thrown off. But I'm going to try to answer these last few before I get off here. Oh, okay, we have another super chat from Madge Ohib. Ohib? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I know I did. What's up, Koa? How have your goals changed through this pandemic? You know, my goals haven't really changed. I want to bring the Sunrise Shack everywhere. So basically it's just delaying that. And I want to grow my YouTube channel, which has, this hasn't really stopped me at all because I can still surf here, which is super, super nice. And yeah, nothing's stopping my goals, especially this pandemic. It's halting a lot of things, but stopping it, no way. no chance. But thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. The support and everything is crazy. And we have another question from Max Owen, the legend. It's for a YouTube video. Glad you enjoyed the donation. It's sponsored, by the way. Could we get permission to use this clip? Yeah, go for it. I appreciate the support, and yeah, I'm psyched. You can use whatever clip you want. But yeah, we're gonna keep putting out YouTube videos every Wednesday. I'm gonna go live every Friday. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys could subscribe to my channel, check out all my videos, let me know what you think. Head to my Instagram, check it out. I appreciate all you guys' super chat donations and the questions. And you guys have a great day. And stay safe during this whole pandemic thing. And Max Owen, legend, whatever company you're working with, feel free to use this clip. Thank you very much. And we have another little donation with a cool little pear guy from Sato. Yep. You guys have a great day. Thank you for everything, all the donations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go subscribe to my channel. Check out the last video I put out about North Shore. And yeah, you guys are amazing. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next Friday.